Hello developers. In this video, I am going to talk about very interesting thing. OpenAI recently conducted their DevDay and they brought so many interesting features, and as a developer you will be pumped up to code something and build the new cool things using these APIs and these functionalities. There are number of things, almost 7 8 different features, but there are very cool things that you can build with. Let me not tell you right now. There was a third thing and the fourth thing which are so cool. As a developer you will be mind blown what you can build. So stay tuned, we will talk about very detailed all these new things which OpenAI has released. OpenAI has become pocket friendly on the developers. So let me take three modalities, right? You know, OpenAI models are multi-modal, which means you can generate images, you can generate voices, and also the videos. Here, OpenAI has released image gen mini version where you can create so cool images, but with 70% of the cost can be reduced, right? Image gen mini version. Similarly, on the audio side, they have released the real-time mini model, which is also very cool, and you can build voice applications. And these days, you know, voice stack is growing crazy. And if you are building something using the OpenAI voice models, you can use with 70% less cost now. Now coming to the third part, videos, which is very anticipated. After the Sora 1 release, other companies like Google, Dream, they have released multiple models, especially the VO3 in Gemini. These are creating so realistic videos and with very consistency across the time. Similarly, Sora 2 is trying to catch up on that area. They have created a Sora 2, which is creating very cool videos, and also one more functionality that came where the Sora 2 model can be integrated with an app. So if you're building any app, trying to think video as a social media new thing, try out Sora, and don't forget to use image gen mini and real time mini model. Now let's move to our second set of cool features. In the past, you might have heard about GPT-5 was released by OpenAI, and that doesn't went very well. There was some issues, and then as a result of it, OpenAI has to release and allow access of the previous generation model like GPT-4o and other reasoning models. But these were in the UI, right? Recently, with the new releases, GPT-5 has released the API version of GPT-5 Pro. And if you are curious what is new in GPT-5 Pro, it is reasoning model. But it doesn't stop here. There were previous O3, O4 model were also reasoning. But there you have to provide how much to think. And it's very crazy for the developer, like how much they need to put that number. Because if they are making a query to the OpenAI with the query of the users, it becomes very hard whether to use high thinking, low thinking. So if you are under this dilemma, what to use to reduce your cost, also to provide a better answers, GPT-5 Pro API is for you. It can decide on its own how much to think. Like if you go to your, let's say, mentor, and it knows how much to think and then respond. What are the problems that you are facing? It can decide on its own. Is this not very amazing? As a developer, you are free now to decide on that. Your token will be optimized automatically. Let me know what you are building in the comment section with GPT-5 Pro. With this note, let's move to our third section, what OpenAI has in its store for you. So OpenAI has brought a big thing for you. If you have not heard about the agentic workflows, you might be missing, very cool thing which is happening these days in the world. Agentic workflows are changing every aspect of the human life. It has enabled how a simple task can be automated, and it can make the decisions for you, it can check the quality. So many things is happening. I'm sure you might have heard the different frameworks also apart from the OpenAI, like LangChain has the LangGraph, Google has its agent development kit. Similarly, OpenAI has came up with agentic kit where you can build the production grade agents very easily. Now, when I say production grade, there are a lot of things which you have to think about when you think of production grade. The first, it has to build with a proper safeguard. You can't do any wrong. It has to be iterative so that it knows what it is doing and can check on its own outputs, basically the reflection techniques. There are different patterns also which is emerging for the agentic applications, hierarchical, parallel agents, or let's say building supervisor and worker architecture. There are many, and that's a part of some other video. But in this, here we will talk about the memory, right? When you think of production grade agentic applications, there has to be a memory which can bring the context. There are so many things, and I'll talk about in other videos sometime how to build the agentic applications. But in short, agentic kit of OpenAI bring a lot of power in the hands of developer. Now the agents can be built within the OpenAI ecosystem. So isn't cool now? What you're building, tell to the world, and then share the demo also. I think that will be cool for all the developer community. With this note, let's move to our next section. In this section, like it's very crazy and to think about as a technologist. You might have heard about Steve Jobs. What is most talked about things about him? He is very innovator, right? He thinks the future, but he also was very great at building the platform, thinking in terms of the platform, where it create an ecosystem where other things can be built. And similarly, Sam Altman is on that path. OpenAI has created a platform for building and integrating apps using OpenAI. Cool. It will be very cool, right? If you are searching something on the ChatGPT and interacting, trying to understand something, and if it has to buy, you can buy from, it can suggest uh, within the platform that you can buy something, right? Or it can integrate with some other application like Spotify. You are learning about some music, about the tone, about the music notes, and then you want to see the example. Right now, the OpenAI can't sing a song, but if your application like the Spotify is integrated within it, it can show the real example by singing or producing music on which you are searching. Like if you are studying, let's say Coursera, you're doing some course, but you have some doubt. That's why you came to ChatGPT and trying to understand some different aspects of it using the GPT. But then if you have integrated the Coursera app, then you can directly ask what that particular application and the within a particular course the teacher was saying in which particular video. It will be very changing, right? How you are interacting with apps, how you are changing with GPT. It is becoming an ecosystem. Definitely, OpenAI is going to earn some revenue by integrating these apps and showing some suggestions. But if it does it in a proper way, which is coherent to the user's need and their searching, I think it should be fine. Hopefully, it doesn't. The monetization of these things will not affect the quality of the answers. But I'm very excited to use these apps, and my instead of Google now becoming a one set solution, OpenAI, I'll integrate all my apps and interacting, doing all my research all the data is interconnected. It knows as a person who I am, what I am doing in different aspects of life, what kind of music I like, what kind of learnings that I want to do, what kind of shoppings I am doing. It knows everything. It is becoming a new Google. Now let's jump to our next section. As a developer, how can you forget about the developer experience? And OpenAI, don't worry, has not forgotten you. They have released a cool features within the codex, and you know the codex. Codex is agentic approach for building the application. It can understand your code. Basically, it can connect with your repo. It knows what you are doing in the repo, in the code, and all the tasks that you give assigned to the codex, it runs not on your machine but on the cloud, which means you can run on long standing jobs without sitting in front of the computer, and you can go on a break, take a nap, and come back. Once your task is done, you can see the results, and if you want to accept it. If you want to reject or improvise on it, you can do it with codex. Now, what is cool feature that has came? Slack integration. Slack is like a next application which every developer almost use for the communication with the external teams, or with the integration of different apps, so that you get notification. Similarly, the Codex has that integration. Now, if your job is done, then you get a notification. You can tag Codex, like just like the people you tag your coworker or your colleagues, and ask and assign a task. So you don't have to go to the codex, your ID, but within the Slack, you can fire a command and codex will be working for you, which means you are on a phone, you are driving car, going for a party, and then codex says, okay, there is a bug or something is task is done, but there is an issue. You can tag and fire a task. Once you back to the party, see the code, accept, and bingo, commit the code, let the production happen, and take your nap, late evening nap peacefully. So I'm very happy for the developers. The tools like Codex will change the way how developer works and how their experience is. So hopefully you will be taking the advantage of this. So as a developer, I'm very happy. What OpenAI has exposed in their dev day, it was a third dev day, but it was looking like, okay, it's a big event for so many features which are coming in. And if you are a developer thinking of using OpenAI and pumping up what to build something cool in the world, this is a crazy time. As a developer, like, there are different pieces which makes you more efficient and gives you a lot of power to build fundamentally different things which has not happened in the past. You can make something very good and impress your audience. So let me know what you are building. I'm excited to hear from you, what is going in your mind, and then what you are building. So let's meet in another video. Till then, bye bye.